Okay, hi YouTube, this is Chris CKHO81. I'm going to do a reaction. It's going to be my last one of the evening. Here in Canada right now it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm about to eat my bedtime snack, which is just simply an orange, or actually it's called a blood orange if you guys have ever heard of it. I think it just means it's like crossed with like a grapefruit or something like that. They usually taste pretty good, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm also going to react to the show called Ancient Life as Old as the Universe, which sounds super interesting, intriguing, and right up my alley. I love things about space, the universe, aliens, all that type of stuff. And I love history, and I mean so many different topics. I'm open to so much more. So while I eat my orange, my bedtime snack, I'm going to do my reaction to this Ancient Life as Old as the Universe. It's got 5.5 million views in only 2 months, so I suspect this is probably a good video, and I suspect after this video I'm probably going to like and subscribe. But anyhow, let's get into it.
The 2024 calendar is here. Get it now before it sells out. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek that's out of this world. Life has existed on one planet for about 4 billion years, as far as we know. But it might have started right after the Big Bang, when the universe was much stranger and more fantastic than today.
That's a new theory.
A universe that might have allowed life to develop absolutely anywhere. The cosmos might be full of the seeds of life, sleeping
I'm just
in a dead desert,
reacting,
waiting for a few drops of
it should be
rain
part of
to
the fair use.
explosively bloom and grow. Tiny and not so tiny aliens might be everywhere. In this video, we're going to put together two highly speculative yet scientifically grounded possibilities. Check out the scientific papers in our sources.
I like it. It can be
To
speculative.
properly explain it, let's first look at the paradox of life on Earth. The life paradox. For its first few 100 million years, Earth was a magma hell, constantly bombarded by asteroids. But basically, the second things calmed down and the first oceans formed, life just appeared, and zillions of microbes settled every nook and cranny they found. This is kind of strange. Life on Earth seems to be almost as old as the planet itself, as if it was waiting around for an opportunity. But life didn't only appear extremely quickly. In that tiny time window, it also crossed a huge gap. To qualify as living things, even microbes need to eat, poop, grow, and multiply. To do that, they need a genome, the biological instruction manual that sets the inner workings of an organism. How dead things with no genome become living things with genomes is one of the biggest riddles of science.
Let me expand this.
Simplifying a lot, the problem is that to have a functioning genome, you need proteins, and to make those proteins, you need a functioning genome. Both proteins and genomes are super long molecules made of pretty complex blocks that are extremely difficult to assemble by chance. It's a chicken-egg paradox with several chickens and eggs. Once you have a finished cell, the whole system works efficiently. But starting from simple dead stuff and reaching that level of sophistication by pure chance should require an amazing amount of time for trial and error. So how did the first living things manage to cross that gap in just a few 100 million years? Most theories about the origin of life try to explain that gap by theorizing how some primitive soup of prebiotic molecules could have efficiently produced the first self-replicating entities. But we still don't know how exactly this would have worked. Maybe we need to think backwards. The clock of evolution. Think of genomes as a book telling the history of life. As time passed and life evolved, more characters were introduced. Amoeba, fish, amphibians, dinosaurs, and mammals. Over billions of years, the story of life got more and more complex. A genome can be viewed as a long string of letters with biological instructions. And from microbes to us today, functional genomes seem to have been increasing in size at a fairly constant rate. The functional genome of fish is more than twice that of worms. Our functional genome is about twice bigger than that of fish, and so on. It is a bit more complicated, but for now, let's
Are we at the end of that? Or is it what's more advanced than us?
It seems that the genomes have been doubling in size on average every 350 million years or so. as if evolution had been following an exponential inner clock. But it gets even stranger. The very first microbes that emerged on Earth, even if they look simple, already seem to have had pretty long and complex genomes.
Right.
But how could life have achieved that level of complexity in such a short time? There may be an interesting way to solve this riddle. We just take our exponential clock and extrapolate it back in time to the simplest conceivable life form.
Okay.
Something equivalent to a being with a genome containing just a few letters. But if we do that, we end up 10 billion years in the past,
What?
more than twice the age of Earth, which
How
means
does that work?
if
We're not
life
from here.
actually evolved like this, it didn't start here, but somewhere out there, in space. This would explain why life started to thrive so quickly on our young
Galaxies
planet.
older than we thought.
If it was already present in space like a seed, it just needed water and warm temperatures to wake up and go on evolving. And it would also explain the high degree of sophistication of the first life forms on Earth. They could have been complex already because they might have been evolving for billions of years somewhere else in the universe.
Okay.
But could life really be that old? Maybe,
an asteroid?
yes. Actually, life could have started shortly after the universe itself was born. A Goldilocks baby universe.
Oh.
At its most basic level, life needs two things: the right chemical elements to form complex molecules and a liquid medium, like water, in which those molecules can move and interact. The liquid medium needs to stay warm enough to remain, well, liquid. So when we search for life in space, we focus on Earth-like planets at just the right distance from their star, warm enough to sustain liquid water. But there was actually a time when almost all of the universe might have been habitable. Right after the Big Bang, the universe was extremely hot. But as the cosmos expanded, it
From an
cooled.
explosion, I guess it would
And
be.
between about 10 and 17 million years after the Big Bang, when the universe was 1,000 times younger than today, it was between 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, the temperature at which water is liquid. So for this window of time, more than 13.7 billion years ago, the whole universe, absolutely every inch of it, had the right temperature to support life. Of course, the right temperature alone is not enough for life. We also need chemical elements like carbon and oxygen, which are forged in the cores of stars. But were there stars in super early cosmic times? Maybe, yes. In regions of the universe where matter was especially dense.
Oxygen and carbon.
Such stars would have been very massive and gone supernova in
Why are we
just 3
saying the
million
Big Bang
years,
is still around
seeding
in
the
theory?
baby universe with the chemical elements needed to form dust, asteroids, planets, and the ingredients of life. Maybe the first ancestors of life were more exotic and didn't even need water, but thrived in substances like ammonia or ethane that can stay liquid at temperatures far below 0 degrees Celsius.
Thank you for pointing
They
that
could
out.
have been sustained by the lingering warmth of the Big Bang for tens of millions of years longer, well into a time when we know for sure
Photosynthesis is
there were
not
stars
the only way
and all the
life is.
chemical elements. The real magic of this idea is that while the universe today is extremely deadly and hostile, back then the conditions for life might have been basically everywhere. For a period that may have lasted several dozen million years, primordial life might have been able to emerge on any rock, even between the stars, sowing the universe with the seeds of what, billions of years later, would become bacteria, trilobites, dinosaurs, and finally us. At some point, the universe cooled down below the right temperature for life to thrive, but some of those ancestral life
Let me pause
forms
this.
may have continued to exist in the
Because if that's true, and the fundamental building blocks that we have here on Earth existed through the universe and was happening through the it would be easy to conceive that there would be life right now teeming everywhere all over the universe, even life that multiplied and got separated and went in different directions to other planets, to other galaxies throughout the universe. So the very basic building blocks of us happening at the early stages that can turn into us went to other areas and then evolved as well, and could have evolved similar if they were in similar conditions. So then we're thinking about alien life throughout the universe and things like that, that is not far-fetched at all. In fact, there could be similar to us. I believe they can, even if there wasn't a genome was the same, there's something called divergent evolution, and that could apply in these situations. Maybe that's what they're going to talk about next, but I felt like sound like a brainiac for a second, so I figured I'd give that input.
Eternal warmth of the first planets, frozen in asteroids or hibernating in cosmic dust. Tiny seeds roaming the cosmos, waiting for new hospitable places to continue evolving. If they did, life now might be everywhere in the universe. Will we ever know? All this makes for a nice story. And while both the habitability of the baby universe and our exponential clock of life are reasonable ideas, they're still speculative. One more possibility among many others trying to explain our existence today. But if life came to Earth from outer space, then it should have seeded other places in the solar system too. Maybe there are fossils in dry riverbeds on Mars.
Make an explosion there. It's not going to go in one direction. It's going to
oceans of Enceladus or Europa. Titan has seas, rivers and lakes of ethane and methane as warm as the universe when it was 90 million years old. So finding exotic life on Titan would support the idea that life could have originated in the weird baby universe. So far, when we look out into the cosmos, we don't see anyone like us. But maybe that's because life needed 10 billion years or more to reach the level of complexity that allows for a technological species.
I don't think so.
Maybe there are millions of worlds filled with microbes, oceans full of exotic fish, and continents of bizarre animals. And maybe even others like us that just recently gained consciousness and are
not just
beginning to look
recently,
at the
far
sky,
older than us, and
wondering
recently,
if they're
everything in
alone.
between.
Life could be flourishing right now in uncountable forms and in all kinds of cosmic environments. And if many of us
Guarantee you
share
there's
a
life
common
out there
cosmic
that's
origin,
far
we would
way
all
more
be part
advanced
of
than
a
us.
great cosmic family.
That even if they've
The
been
answer may
evolving
lie in
for
our cosmic backyard. Let's go and find out.
billion years longer
It's
than us
time.
out of the 4
Let's
billion
reveal
that
the
we've been here.
12,024 human era
Which
calendar
still would only
with
be
a
like
big
5
bang.
billion out of
The
potentially
Quetzalcoatl
14
calendar is special
billion.
because
Our
we're adding
universe is
10,000 years to include all of humanity, no matter their culture or origin. 12,000 years ago, humans first started working together on a larger scale, laying the foundation for civilization and the future of us all. A much better representation of how far our species has come. This year, we're looking at the cosmos and all the possible life that could be thriving on myriads of worlds, hosting radically different animals and beings from the ones on Earth. Where in the universe might life exist? And how would different cosmic environments affect the basic rules of life? Join us in 12,024 and find out. Explore strange cosmic habitats and extraterrestrial life forms on 12 awe-inspiring pages. There's also lots of room for you to
I
keep
do
track of
like
your
this
life here on
video.
Earth. Add some serious
They
space
made a lot of
magnificence to your
presumptions,
home,
though, and
but
assumptions.
be careful. The extremely radiant cover may
And they
blind you.
created effects
Get the
like that scope. Like, why create that effect? Like, I don't think that's how that would work.
calendar now before it sells out. We also have bundles and special calendar deals with some of your favorite products. Thank you so much to all of the thousands of burbs who get the calendar every year. With every purchase, you support the Kurzgesagt division of sparking curiosity and inspiring people all around the world.
Okay.
We wish you an epic year 12,024.
Awesome. Link in the description. Well, I enjoyed the video. I'm going to subscribe to this channel. It was very fascinating and interesting. A couple flaws in their little theories here, but I mean, it's all just theories and hypotheses, and we're not really, none of this is really facts yet. There's none of these facts that are proven alien life yet. So this is all hypotheses and theories and stuff like that. Super interesting video. I enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my content, click like and subscribe. If you have any comments you'd like to make, get in my comments. I check them all the time. I would be probably happy to reply. If you have any questions or any suggestions on videos you want me to watch, also leave it in the comments. My Patreon is CKHO81. Thank you guys for watching.